This is First Coast Math Clinic, and this is Lesson 3, Converting Percents to Decimals from Unit 5, Percents. So the goal in this video is to convert percents to decimals, and at the end of this video, we're going to do a little bit of decimals to percents as well. So let's say our percent is 30%. Well, we know that any percent is a value out of 100, so 30% is just 30 out of 100. So that simplifies to 3 out of 10. Which is the decimal 0.3, right? So how do we get from here, 30%, all the way to here? So what do? Well, we know that in any number, right, our decimal is all the way to the right here, right? So when we don't have a visible decimal, our decimal is all the way to the right. So if we've got that 30% here, we know our decimal is all the way to the right. So what we're going to do is basically move our decimal point 2 places to the left in our percent to convert our percent to a decimal. Because what we're actually doing is to convert our percent to a decimal, we're dividing by 100. So to account for the 2 zeros in our 100, we're moving our decimal 2 places to the left, and we get our 0.3. All right, so let's do a couple examples. So for example 1, we've got 42%. So our decimal is right here, it's right on the far right. So we know that this is 42 out of 100. Well, we've got to count for those 2 zeros. So we're going to move our decimal point 2 places to the left, 2 places. So we get 0.42. Example 2. 57%, decimal point is to the far right. We know that 57% is 57 over 100. So we're going to move our decimal point 2 places to the left. 2. So we get 0.57. All right, let's do some more examples converting percents to decimals. So number 1, we've got 158%. So we know our decimal, again, all the way to the right. So since our decimal is not visible in our number. So again, we know that this is just 158 out of 100. So we've got to account for those 2 zeros. So we're going to move our decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2, and our decimal winds up in between the 1 and the 5. So this is going to be 1.58. Well, for number 2, our decimal point is right between the 2 and the 3. So this is 2.3 over 100. So we're moving our decimal 2 places to the left. So we're going to just add another 0 as a placeholder. Our decimal point is to the left there. So we get 0.023 now. So that's our value as a decimal. And number 3. We have 231 and 45 hundredths. So again, this is 231.45 over 100. So we want to account for those 2 zeros. So let's move our decimal point 2 places. So we get 2.3145. So our answer here as a decimal should be 2.3145. All right, so now let's convert some decimals to percents. So let's say we've got 0.47. All right, so now we've got our decimal, we want to create our percent. Well, we know that that decimal is equal to 47 out of 100. So we're going backwards, basically. This is equal to our value here, 47 out of 100, right? Because we're accounting for the 2 place values. 1, 2, right? If this was 0.047, then we'd have 1, 2, 3. So we'd have 47 over 3 zeros. Okay. But we've got 1, 2 place values, so we're going to put 1, 2 zeros. And that's going to be equivalent to 47%. All right, because we know that any percent is a number out of 100. Well, we've got 47 out of 100 here. So how do we do this? Well, we moved our decimal point 2 places to the right now, right? So now our decimal point is going to the right. And it's going 2 places because we're counting for 2 zeros. So let's do a couple examples. So number 4, excuse me, we've got 0.15. So this is just 15 out of 100, which we know is going to be 15%. So we're moving our decimal point 2 places to the right, 1, 2. So it's 15 out of 100, or 15%. Number 5, we're going to move our decimal point 1, 2 places. So we're going to get 39.5%. And number 6, decimal point is right here. We're going to move it 2 places, 1, 2. So we're going to get 105.7%. Okay, so converting from a decimal to a percent, we move our decimal to the right. Converting from a percent to a decimal, we move our decimal point to the left. All right, so it's a couple examples on converting between decimals and percents. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. First Coast Math Clinic.